Hello YouTube and welcome back to another Dare to Game video. Today we're playing Red Dead Online and we're doing another outfit guide. Today's one is one that's been requested a ton, and it's going to be Clint Eastwood's character of The Stranger from High Plains Drifter. Definitely one of his best Western films. And if you haven't seen it, again, like always, I definitely recommend watching it. But like always with these videos, we're going to start off with weapons and then I'll show you the outfit and all that good stuff. So let's just kick it off with the weapons that he uses in the film. So starting it off with the first weapon we have, we're going to be doing the signature Colt Single Action Army, which had the 7.5-inch or cavalry barrel that Clint Eastwood uses in this movie. So he's one of the few ones in the movie that actually uses the cavalry variant, so the full 7.5-inch barrel, over the artillery variant, or the 5.5-inch barrel that most of the other people in the movie use. So what you're going to be doing is equipping improved sights, improved rifling, ironwood grips, and a long barrel on this one. And then for the ironwood grips, you're really just going to want something dark. I put dark walnut on here, but anything nice and dark because he uses dark wood grips in this movie. Then what I did was I just put some engraving on just the frame and I put the brown inlay in that. And then for the metal, I did black and steel for the barrel, cylinder, the hammer, sight, and trigger, and then brown steel for the frame to try to imitate the color case hardened look for the revolver that he uses in the movie. And I think this actually looks pretty dang good. This is probably the best attempt I've had so far, or the best combination I've got so far to try to imitate that, you know, that factory color case hardened blued steel finish. Like I've said a million times, I don't like the way the blued steel looks in this game when it comes to trying to replicate real life blued steel. I like the way the blue looks if you're using it for some sort of just a fancy pattern where you're gonna have some silver contrasting against it or some gold or something like that because it's a nice rich color. Actual blued steel doesn't look that blue. It's much darker than that and has a much more metallic side to it. So I don't like using the blued steel, and I think the blackened steel is much more authentic to how most of these guns actually look in real life, just because it doesn't have that deep blue tone to it. So that's why, like I said, I think this color combination is just about perfect, and this is the signature sidearm of Clint Eastwood's character in this movie, so if you want to imitate it, this is the way you do that. And this gun will cost you 12 gold bars to customize it this way. So that is the first weapon. There's one more weapon I want to look at that he uses in the movie. Alright, so the next gun I want to take a look at is a, well, in the game it's a Lancaster repeater, but we're going to be imitating the Winchester 1892s that a lot of people use in this movie. Most of the townsfolk, and at one point also the strangers. So Clint Eastwood's character also uses one. They vary in varnish colors and receivers, but they all primarily appear to be a pretty dark wood, at least for the most part, than with a typical blued steel finish. Some of them look a little bit more wore down. So the one picture that I was able to find where it had a pretty good, pretty clear picture of Clint Eastwood holding the gun, it looked like the receiver on his was quite a bit lighter than the rest of the gun, and so that's why I designed it like this. I gave it black and steel for the barrel, the hammer, the lever, and then brown steel for the frame, the sight, and the trigger. Obviously no engravings and no carvings. I used the dark walnut finish, and then obviously all the improved options that you can. If you want to go historically authentic or try to just match what it would be, like I said, these guns were typically, the 1892 at least, was typically just full blued. I actually have a Winchester model 1892, and the whole thing is blued. That is definitely one way to go. I just think it looks a little bit too dark and, again, too blue, because it should be a touch closer to black than blue than it is in the game. But like I said, the one that Clint Eastwood specifically was using in the picture that I was using, hit the receiver on his, or the frame I should say, using the terms here in the game, was quite a bit lighter, so that's why I went with the brown steel. And I also think it looks really nice. So those are the two weapons that we're going to associate with the Stranger from High Plains Drifter. Let's move on to the outfit. So here we have the outfit in its entirety, and to start off just with facial hair and hair, I went with the long slick back hairstyle. Now it's a bit too long. His doesn't go that low in the movie, but it does, well, it looks like it does in a lot of his westerns where he's got it kind of long so you can see it around the ears, which is why I used this hairstyle. I wanted you to definitely be able to see the hair. And then he has a beard, but again, like most of his movies, it's cropped pretty short. So this beard is not perfect, but it's the best we can do. I went with the Reverend. And I made the beard slightly darker than the hair because that's how he appears in the movie. His hair on his head is brown, but a little bit lighter brown, but the facial hair is quite a bit darker, which is normal for facial hair. Then it should be noted there are two outfits. So there's this outfit. I'll show you this one first. This is the full outfit that he wears for almost the first half of the movie, basically the beginning of the movie. He shows up and this is what he's wearing. And then I'll show the altered outfit, which is basically just taking items off and slightly changing a few things to represent what he looks like for the rest of the movie. But with all that in mind, let's just get into it and look at it one piece at a time. So for the hat, I went with the dirty or worn down blackish brown variant of the stalker hat. It's very, very similar to the hat he wears in the movie. The brim is just a little bit more turned up, making it look a little bit thicker than his. I considered going with the wheelbarrow hat, but it did not look right. The stalker hat, I think, is the best option to match his hat from the movie. And like I said, you could go with this one or the clean black variant, but I think this wore out one looks a little bit better for the character. For the coat, I went with the dark brown variant of the brakeman jacket. There's quite a few jackets that could work for this, but I just just think this one probably works the best and actually looks quite a bit like the one he wears in the movie. Plus, it's got the 2 rows of buttons like his does. So if you were to button this jacket up, you'd be able to see 2 rows of buttons because there's holes on either side. It's the same style that he wears in the movie. So honestly, I think it's the perfect jacket. It would be better if we could button it up, or at least half button it up. For now, we can't, so we'll just have to leave it open. Like I said, any dark brown jacket that's about hip length or a little bit lower than that, maybe down to the groin area, would work, but I think the brakeman jacket is definitely the best choice. So then for the shirt, I went with this green variant of the everyday shirt, and now I did it for a number of reasons. For one, I believe that it's probably the one that looks the most like his in the movie. Now, I've seen debates whether or not his shirt was green or brown or a bluish green or something like that. To me, it looks green. I think it looks a lot like this. A little bit lighter than this color, but pretty dang close otherwise. And this is the only shirt in the game that offers that shade that I was looking for. So that's why I went with this one. Also, his button's all the way up. He leaves his collar open, but he also has a neckerchief on, and that brings us to an area of contention. So you can put a neckerchief on with this outfit, but it closes the collar, and I think the look of the outfit is like the open collar is more important than the neckerchief. His in the movie, he wears what would be the tight or the short neckerchief in the game. He wears that in the movie, but he wears it up against his neck, which was common. And you can't do that. If you put the neckerchief on in here, it closes the collar and it goes underneath the collar. So it looks entirely different, and I think it kind of ruins the outfit. Another option you could do is a black gathered bandana, because that actually goes right on the neck and it kind of looks like it. But again, that's going to cover up the collar and close the collar, so it changes the look of the outfit. I chose to not do any neckwear because I wanted to keep that collar open and wear this shirt. There might be some other way around it, but as far as I know, you got to choose one or the other. You can choose to give him a black neckerchief like he has in the movie, or you can choose to have the collar open. You can't have both. So that is the shirt. Then for the gun belt, I went with the brown bandit gun belt, this kind of lighter variant. I think it looks a lot like the one he wears in the movie. It's obviously not perfect, but it's pretty dang close, and it feels right also for the rest of the outfit. So I guess any plain-ish brown gun belt would do just fine, but this is the one that I think looks the best with it. I did not use an offhand holster because he only has one revolver throughout the movie as far as I can tell. I did not do a special belt buckle because his belt doesn't appear to have one in the movie. So that is the weapon equipment. Then for pants, I went with probably the most obvious choice, the brown studded pants. I think they look quite a bit like the ones he has in the movie. His in the movie might be just a hair darker and therefore look a little less dirty. So that's really the only change, but he does wear brown pants in the movie and they appear to be more of a rough and rugged material, something like a jean material. So I think the brown studded pants are the best option. They're not the only option, but I think they're the best out of all the pants. Like I said, probably any brown pants, maybe even the Cabrera pants or something like that where it's quite a bit cleaner would probably be fine, but I think these ones, again, just match the outfit the best because it's supposed to look kind of worn down and maybe a little dirty, and B, they just shape-wise, they match perfectly. So that's the pants. For the boots, we go with the classic worn brown variant of the Worn Ropers boots. Again, this is going to be one that just looks pretty much perfect. He has pretty plain looking Western boots in the movie. He does wear them tucked under his pants, so that's important. You got to make sure they're under your pants. You could probably use other ones, maybe the tornado boots or something like that. If you want to use the brown variant and keep it tucked like this, you probably won't notice a huge difference, but I think the Worn Ropers boots are the best choice. Finally, for spurs, I'm going to use the brown variant of the Western Rider spurs that you see before you. They match the outfit the best. They don't clash, and they look a lot like the ones he wears in the movie. Now, the spur part on his in the movie is actually silver, but the shape is the same as these ones. So that's why I went with the shape of these ones, because it matched the best, even though it's not silver like his are in the movie. But yeah, so that is the primary outfit for the High Plains Drifter. Like I said, he wears this at the beginning of the movie. If you want to see what he looks like for most of the rest of the movie, this is what that looks like, or at least my interpretation. So basically all we did here was you keep the same core outfit the same, but you take the jacket off, so you're no longer wearing that brakeman jacket, and then you roll the sleeves up. And this one, I think, obviously, like I said, it's a little bit different. I really wish we could have the neckerchief right on his neck, and the shirt is a touch more kind of bluish green or greenish blue, or however you want to say that in the movie. So this shirt isn't absolutely perfect, but I actually think it's pretty dang close, and the outfit overall just looks pretty dang good. So that is my best attempt at recreating the High Plains Drifter, or the Stranger from High Plains Drifter, in Red Dead Online in 2021. So that's where we're going to end this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you found it useful if you wanted to dress up as High Plains, as I keep saying as High Plains Drifter, as the Stranger from High Plains Drifter. I think it's very, like I said, a very cool outfit. Both versions. I like the full version with the brakeman jacket, but I also probably like this version more. Mostly probably just because he wears it through more of the movie than the other one, but also also because it just looks like he's going light, which makes sense considering the climate in the movie appears to be pretty warm. So yeah, like I said, 2 great outfits, both for the same character. But with all that in mind, if you like this video, please leave a like rating on the video to show me that it was a good video, and also to help it out in the algorithm. You know, helps other people see the video. It's good all around. It's definitely a good practice to get into, either on my channel or on other YouTubers that you watch, because it takes almost no effort to like a video, but it helps the video immensely. It's something you can do for free, quickly, that helps out content creators that presumably you enjoy. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, or most importantly, any recommendations or suggestions for things that you'd like to see me try to recreate in the future, definitely leave those down in the comment section below. I enjoy reading them, and I enjoy trying them. Like I always say, I can't promise that I'll make a video for it, but I can promise that I'll try to make the outfit. If it's an outfit that I can come up with a decent replica of in the game, then I'll definitely make a video for it. If it's not one that I can come up with a replica for, either because it's not from the same time period or just there's a unique piece of clothing that makes it impossible to replicate, then, you know, then it probably won't get a video. And lastly, if you haven't already and you enjoy my content, please subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. Helps you stay up to date on every upload that I do, which is pretty much every day. And if you like this type of content, or if you like this video, you'll probably like those videos, because my content is pretty consistent. So with all that in mind, thanks just a ton for watching this video, especially if you made it all the way to the end. I appreciate it deeply. But in any case, thanks for watching and have a nice day, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching another Dare to Game video. If you like this video, please leave a like and a comment. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you like my content and would like to support this channel, consider becoming a member today for as little as $1.99 a month. It makes a huge difference. But in any case, thanks for watching and have a nice day. I'll see you next time.